Well, good morning. Here we are again at Allotment Gardening in North Essex. Today is the 2nd of March, so I'm going to do a diary update for the month of February. Now, there has been some changes since the last video. I didn't do any work here in January, so I didn't do a monthly update, but as you can see here, I've started a large compost bin by using 2 garage doors, aluminium garage doors, and at the moment there's quite a bit of compost in there that needs breaking down, and also manure. So later on I will finish that bin off by adding some end pieces of wood. So since the last video, the paths are in the same condition, so nothing has been done on the paths since the last video. Let's have a walk down and see what has changed. This section at the side of the shed has been cleared. I managed to burn all my rubbish that I wanted to burn, and I've managed to erect the greenhouse, the frame only. I've still got to put the door on and obviously then add the glass to finish that off. And this year I will only be growing tomatoes and cucumber in that greenhouse. This section in front of the shed has not been touched since December. This is where I'll be growing my main crop potatoes this year, which are Desiree. On my square foot gardening section I have some purple sprouted broccoli under the netting, just waiting for that to produce its shoots so that I can start eating it. The green manure is still growing. I will turn that over within the next month or so. Walking up the plot a little bit. The raspberry canes have been cut back, they are autumn bliss. The rhubarb has been trimmed up, all the rubbish removed, and I've just protected a bit from the wind to protect the new growth. And behind that, next to the compost bins, the asparagus has been cut back to ground level. The compost bins are full, so they need sorting out this year, and any good compost that's already been made will be spread across the plots. Let's move up a bit more. This bed I've turned in the green manure, because this is where I'll be planting some first early potatoes and also my second early Anya potatoes. The other 2 beds still need the green manure turning over, and that will be done later on. Let's have a look in the greenhouse. In the greenhouse on the left hand side I've still got lettuce that I'll be picking today, or some of it today, and on the back there I've just started some bags for an early crop of first early potatoes. Now, this time last year was full of seedlings that had been planted in modules and were growing nicely under extra cover in this greenhouse. But this year I've decided to sow more of my seeds directly into their growing position. So all my brassicas will be sowed in a seed bed outside, and any seeds that I need to sow with some heat will be sown in modules at home and brought down to allotment. On the right hand side, on the bench, those pots have just been compost added. That will be taken home and I will pot up my tomato plants that I've started. Now the only seedlings I've sown so far, because I think my seedlings were sowed too early last year and I don't think they did as well as they should have done. Just moving to the back of the greenhouse. Here are my new potatoes. My first early potatoes are Vanessa. Now some of them are in the bags. I've only sown 2 potatoes in those bags this year because I sowed 5 in there last year as recommended by Marshalls, but I got about £6. When I've seen other people sowing potatoes in containers on YouTube, they tend to put 1 or 2 potatoes in a bag and they seem to do quite well. So I thought I would do that this year. So each of my bags that are down there, I've just got 2 potatoes in each bag. Coming back to my seed potatoes, so my first earlies in that far corner are Vanessa. My second earlies are Anya potatoes. One lot of my main crop potatoes are pink fir apple. And finally my other main crop potato, Desiree. So I hope you can hear this video without the wind noise, because it's very windy today and it's a bit too cold to do any more work. So I'm going to go home, take my little pots with me and plant up my tomatoes. So that's it for the tour. Hope you found it useful, and hopefully I'll see you again next month, and thank you for watching. Bye for now.